Hello and welcome to CGTN's 2 sessions on the go. I'm Su Yuting doing the live streaming for you here from Beijing. The first session of the 13th National People's Congress will soon begin and open at 9 a.m. Beijing time. And you know that all the delegations will be heading to the Great Hall of People to attend the meeting. But 2 of them are together with us to go there. And for more insights from the NPC deputies on China's most important political season, we're very glad to be joined by 2 of them. One is Wang Jiapeng. He is the founder and also the guider of the World Colleges of Changshu, China, and also the Witman Hung from Hong Kong. Good to have you on CGTN. Jiapeng.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks.
And Witman Hung from Hong Kong delegation.
Thank you.
So now we will just get on our car and go to the Great Hall of People in Beijing. Yes.
Sure.
Let's go.
After
Mind your step.
Okay, thank you.
Will you please? So take your seat and look around here. So this is our mobile studio and we were doing the live streaming here on various social media platforms. And you know that this year, one of the highlights is that there will be many new faces and the appearance of the new ones who will be on the 2 sessions, and 2,190 of them, nearly 70% of them are new faces. And we know that both of you are new NPC deputies. Yes. So could you please tell us what's your expectation on the upcoming 2 sessions? Witman, you first.
Okay, thank you. Well, I'm one of the new deputies from Hong Kong. My first time, and also I think this NPC is the first NPC after 19th Congress of the CPC last year. So I'm really looking forward to the government report and also the planning in terms of how the government will put the directives and visions of the 19th Congress of CPC into action, in particularly in the development of the Guangdong-Hong Kong-Macao Greater Bay Area, and how Hong Kong can fit into that development and benefit from it.
Yeah, what about you, Jiapeng?
As a new deputy from Jiangsu province, I'm very much looking forward to participate in the different sessions. But as for the opening session today, I'm very much looking forward to the Premier Lee's government report and also the State Council's report on the economic development and social affairs.
Well, we know that there are many things to talk about besides the review and deliberation on 6 reports, and there will be the revision to the Constitution. So could you please tell us what's your insight on that?
Well, yeah, I'm really also looking forward to that. I haven't really reviewed the details until this morning, but I think one of the major part is the setting up of the supervisory committee under the NPC, which will be an independent anti-corruption body, countrywide. I think that's really important. In Hong Kong, we have the ICAC, which is the Independent Commission Against Corruption. So it's a little bit similar kind of setup, where we know for the past 5 years, the anti-corruption movement in China already have a lot of achievement, but now it's really expanding the scope and also legitimizing the whole process.
Yes, and you, Jiapeng?
Well, with the revision of the Constitution and also the revision of the Supervision Committee, I believe that a country such wide as China, we need a good governance model, and to actually making the central governance model that more synchronized across over all the leadership. I think that's a good idea.
Okay, thank you very much. You know that we are now simultaneously doing the live streaming on the social media platforms, and we are also doing the live show on TV very soon. So our anchor in the studio will soon talk to us.
Okay.
Yes, and for more on the 2 sessions, we know that this morning Premier Lee will deliver the work reports of the government and also to set up the goal for China's future development economically, especially in the economic area. So Witman, could you please tell us more?
I think, again, it's, in Hong Kong, we study very carefully about the 19th CPC Congress with a lot of things. One of the things is building China from a big nation into a strong nation, in particularly about the technology and innovation-led development. I think that's very important. I mean, my generation, I was lucky to actually witness China from the first opening reform in 1978 till today. 40 years of opening and reform has transferred China from a very poor country with a lot of very low-income people into today, where most people can at least earn a reasonable living. But I think when China became the world's factory for quite a number of times, but quite a number of years. But now it's really looking into how the technology led building the new economy.
Excuse me, I need to interrupt you because there is a phone call calling from the studio in our headquarters in Dakucha. So we were talking to the anchor in the studio. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning, Zhou Yue.
Good morning.
You know, we're now at the mobile studio. Yeah, we're taking two of the NPC deputies to the Great Hall of the People to attend the opening session of the first session of the 13th National People's Congress. So could you please say hi to our audiences?
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah. So Wang Jiapeng, could you please tell us more about your expectation of the upcoming two sessions, especially the opening session of the 13th National People's Congress?
Yes, as a new deputy from Jiangsu province, I'm very much looking forward to the opening session, and especially very excited to hear the Premier Li's report from the government, as well as the State Council report on the economic development.
Okay, Witman, you are the NPC deputy from Hong Kong. So what kind of proposal and motions you would like to submit?
Well, I actually have two suggestions. One is my own profession, IT, so I want to promote Hong Kong become an international secure data hub. And the other one is a series of suggestions for the Greater Bay Area, where I want to set up a top-level coordination committee, the building of a cohesive brand for the Greater Bay, the improvement of cross-border infrastructure, and also facilitating the flow of people, money, information, and so really to facilitate the flow of the resources.
Okay, thank you both for joining us on our live show, both on TV and on live streaming. So Zhou Yue, you have already get a glimpse of what's happening here inside our mobile studio, heading toward the Great Hall of People. And as you can see, we're now moving on the Changnan Avenue, and we will soon arriving, and we will continue our live streaming on various social media platforms. So keep tuned and stay with us. Back to you, Zhou Yue.
Of course, we are all on the way to covering the opening. Thank you, Yuting, for your coverage on the move. And if you want to see more of that,
now we'll just keep talking, and could you please tell us more? Yeah.
Well, I think this new plan is very important for Hong Kong. How to let Hong Kong work more closer with our motherland, with China, with the economic development, and leverage the development of China. Because obviously Hong Kong had a very mature economic system. We had reasonable growth in the past few years, but there is not a lot of new things. Our traditional industry, which is finance, trading, logistics and transport, as well as tourism, they're still doing okay. But because of the development of new technology, and also the change of China becoming number 2 economic power, as well as the Belt and Road Initiative, I think Hong Kong needs to transform itself as well. From a window where people invest into Hong Kong, becoming a window for China to invest in the world.
Yeah, we know that it's now becoming more convenient for the logistics and people exchanges between Hong Kong and mainland right now.
Well, there's still a lot of things that's not that convenient. I think for Hong Kong people to go to Guangdong, it's reasonably okay, except that our travel card, you can't buy, you can't open a bank account easily, or you cannot buy a high-speed train ticket easily, because it's a true different system. But on the other hand, also from people in the Greater Bay Area, in the Guangdong province, it's not that convenient for them to come to Hong Kong. There's still a requirement of a visa. There's also a restriction of only one visit per week, which is not good for business and education kind of information communication. So I think what I'm proposing in detail is really to create a Greater Bay travel card by the Guangdong, the Bureau of Public Security and the Hong Kong and Macau Immigration Department, so that people can use this card, use a fast lane, do not need a visa, can have a short stay of 3 months, and also it can be given to non-Chinese residents, because there's actually a group of international experts and professors and technology experts in Hong Kong, and then if we were really incorporated into the Greater Bay Area, these people need to travel frequently into the Greater Bay. And right now, if they carry a passport, you have to go a long queue. You can't go use your fingerprint. So I'm really looking forward. I think it's not that bad. We have some predecessors like the APEC travel card. So this one is much easier. It's within one country, right?
Yeah.
The three departments need to work together to create such a card.
So it's much easier for the businessmen between the two
Yes,
sides
yes.
to communicate with each other.
There's a huge demand for that.
And Jiapeng, we know that you are the founder and also the board chairman of the United World Colleges, Changshu, China. So could you please tell us more about your proposal?
Yeah, sure. As President Xi has also put forward the message that in need of building of a common future of the common of mankind, and in terms
the common community,
building the common community of the future mankind. As an educator, we're thinking how can we contribute in the area of education? How do we use education as a force to unite people, nations, cultures, to create a peace and sustainable future?
Yeah, we know today you have already bring some of the photos to show your experience. Is that right?
Sure,
So
sure.
could you please tell us more?
Yeah. So this is a photo of. So first of all, I show a photo. This is a photo of the United World College, Changshu,
Okay,
China.
give the photo to our audiences. And,
Absolutely.
yeah,
On this
take a
photo,
closer look.
we have students from close 100 nations studying together in one community in island in China.
So, as you can see, all the students here are just gathering here at the grasslands, and what they're doing right now.
Well, it's a celebrating of the difference. And at United World College, we bring students from different culture, different background, different social economic to study together for 2 years, so that one day that when they grow up, they can be the future peace ambassadors, bridge makers. And there's a statement made by one of the founders of United World College, and Mr. Lars Pearson. He said, how can there be a peace when we don't know each other? How can we know each other when we do not meet each other? So it is a meeting place that we bring the young generation together.
Wang Jiapeng has already said, yes, during the press conference. Yeah, that's what Martin Luther King has already mentioned. Because if we don't know each other, it's quite difficult.
Yeah.
So we need to know each other, communicate with each other, and what you're doing now is just to making people together.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So I came back to China after my education and worked in Norway and during the Olympic time. So when I became Olympic torch carrier in 2008, I started in pursuit my China dream,
You are the
which
flame
is
torture of the 2008. Okay,
Yeah.
that's
So
one
since
Japanese
2000
experiences.
yeah, since-
So yeah, you're mainly focused on education and health, and women, you are focused on building
Well,
the international data hub.
Yeah, secure
of
data
Hong
hub.
Kong.
Yes.
Yeah, and also to emphasize on the Guangdong, Macau, and Hong Kong.
Greater Bay Area.
Greater Bay Area. Okay, thank you very much for joining with us. Perhaps we're just running out of time, so we need to leave you there. Okay, that's all for today's live streaming on the mobile phone. We know that the NPC, National People's Congress, has lots of highlights. Besides the election of the state leaders and also the structural reforms of the state and party institutions, there will be lots of things to be happening. And the lawmakers and MPs and the political advisors will also come up with new ideas and policies, not only guiding for the country's future development, but also to have to unleash the tremendous potentials on a global scale. I'm Su Yuting doing the live streaming for you, and thanks for watching. See you next time.